Audio is still on.
Oh, sorry.
Audio is still on.
I don't like my dung. Every now and then I want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Your host, Kevin Sullivan, and Jeremy Walton will be on. Stand by for another 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Just going to keep talking the whole way down.
We got these sunglasses wearing guys. Yes, that was your cue to put your glasses on.
Here's the problem there. They're polarized. Every time I look at my computer screen, I have to
look down. Yeah.
Or I turn my head like my dog. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us in 3 minutes and 46 seconds, they're going to go live with the 25 gun podcast. I haven't looked at my notes yet.
I have.
I haven't looked at my notes. I don't even know who we're interviewing tonight.
I've looked and I'm not disappointed. And there he is rounding second base. Sorry. I failed that one. So, those of you who are currently watching and on, if you could please allow StreamYard to access your Facebook comments so we can see who is commenting, because if not, we don't know who the fuck you are. And there's my first F-bomb for the night.
Did you know that Yonel,
Yeah.
did you know he was an actor?
He was acting?
Yeah. A little shout out to Yonel. He's a viewer of the show. All right, so I'm having an issue here because my mic is way the hell over here. I don't know what happened between when we did our last show last month and this show, but my mic is like 6 inches further that way.
Weird.
Unless I just slide over. But then if I try to pull the mic down, it hits my computer screen. In case you guys are wondering, we're just normally we mute the mic before the show starts in 2 minutes and 14 seconds. But we've been forgetting to unmute it. So this is all, you're getting free behind the scenes stuff. We're going to be live in 2 minutes. I guess this will have to do. This will work.
Yeah. Suck it in, Jeremy. Let's go for the podcast.
That's why you got to get shirts with the sleeves are a little bit smaller than your arms.
So you want me to have a belly shirt?
A belly shirt?
Cut off,
Yeah,
cropped off.
absolutely. Makes you look more jacked.
Or not.
You know what's funny? I lift weights. And I think in my head as I'm lifting weights, I'm like, I'm in my 40s. Like, what's the end game? Like, I'm just falling apart from here.
Bro. Gotta get
What's the
swole.
point? What's the point? It's not like I'm at the beach or anything. I had this running joke, that in my 20s, I worked out so I would look good at the beach. And now I work out so I don't die just randomly.
That's what we have to... okay, guys, you heard it. Now he's telling me I'm fat and I have to work out so I don't die.
No, that's exactly right. 1 minute.
Yes, we are all wearing sunglasses tonight because Kevin does not have his on.
I can't see my computer screen. Can you see your...
I sure can. I have a bright fucking monitor and a computer.
Yours aren't polarized?
Yeah, they're polarized.
So, but you look straight on, you're good?
I can see everything.
I have to do it like this.
Oh,
like
dude, go,
like
yeah. Super flight line, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Super Val Kilmer over there.
I can't do it. I'm going to have to just go back and forth. I could go get my Oakleys. I'm kidding to our guest in the green room. No.
I have the hat on. It's fine, too. You want here?
I'm good. No, you keep one.
Bro, you're the advertiser.
I'll
Sir,
put them on.
You need to look good.
We got 10 seconds. We're going live, Jeremy.
I'm tossing these.
Holy shit. No. I'm going to wear this.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone.
Thank God I'm wearing sunglasses because
It's his newborn
the
baby he
tears
left
of
with
joy.
his wife.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I hear this song, it gets me going.
Lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. For these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana.
We're not making fun of you, buddy.
No, not at
we're
all.
making fun with you. I have the joy of actually going onto Reddit. I always look under USMC. For some reason, you guys, I'll give you this. You guys have the best posts on there, and then the Boot. I think it's Boot Talent Show or something like that. And this guy has been all over the place. I don't know. Is he an active duty? I mean, he's
That kid barely looks 16.
exactly, and so I don't want to make fun of a kid. I
No,
mean,
no,
kids
not
do
at all.
stupid
Like,
things.
he's honoring those who served. He's I
Sure.
mean, he's not doing the valor stuff. He's
Yeah.
going out there and like showing his respect.
But
I get it.
if he's a legit boot, then here, pull me up again. If he's a legit boot, then
Yo.
right, that should be our new thing. Yeah, no, I was gonna say if he's a legit boot. Here's, I'm so glad that I'm old, and I'll explain why. Not because death is like right around the corner, because I didn't grow up with the ability, with my unformed mind, to make a bad decision and put it on the internet. I say that as we're on this horrendous excuse but you know what I mean, something worse like that. This poor kid. Let's say he's not in the military yet, and let's say he gets in. Someone's gonna find this. Someone's gonna find this when he's like, he's gonna pin on like E4, E5, and they're just gonna beat the shit out of him.
No, even better. He's going to be at basic training. His hat is going to be like, the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And
So
they're going to bust his ass the entire time.
So that's what I was just getting at. Is I'm so glad that
that's like
that I didn't
going
have
to
to deal with that.
That's like going to Marine boot camp with a USMC tattoo.
Welcome, or it's better than going with the U.S. Air Force tattoo, which it has gone the other way. We've had I've served with a bunch of Marines over in the U.S. Air Force, but it's neither here nor there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 21 Gun Podcast. You're probably saying to yourself, "This isn't Thursday night. Who are these masked men popping up on my screen as I'm trying to watch the NFL?" True story. Roger Goodell called me and he's like, "Dude, stop it. I don't want you." Is he still the guy?
That guy? Yeah, the guy. I don't fucking know the guy.
What's it called? Is the no, Roger Goodell. He was the commissioner.
Oh, probably.
I don't know. He is or he isn't. I will just throw this whole joke out the window. But he was like, listen. Viewership is down, and I can't have you taking away my viewer. And I said, listen, Roger, kiss my ass. 21 Gun. If you're not watching 21 Gun, then you hate veterans. And then the
That's
NFL
like-
hates veterans. So I said, how about this? You don't compete with me. That's what I said. And I slammed the phone down.
The rage.
And now I'm here. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 21 Gun Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Kevin Sullivan. With us tonight is Jeremy Walting running all the tech over there. We got some cool guests on tonight. We have Patrick Turley, good Irish name there. He is the founder, CEO of Semper Fly. Thank you. I was straight in my head. I was like, Semper Fly Sunglasses. That might be the reason why we're wearing some really cool sunglasses. I thought it was apropos, to use a fancy word around a Marine, to wear the aviators. Although I think Patrick said that these are the chesties. Either way,
These are chesties.
Come on, Chesty. Chesty, didn't he wear these? No, I think more. Who is the guy with the corncob pipe? MacArthur.
Yeah, General
He
MacArthur.
wore these things. So we're gonna have to talk. We got a lot to talk
General
about
MacArthur,
with Patrick Turley, if that's even his name. We also have Doug Capazzi coming on. Doug is one of the coordinators. He's a national training something. He does something with Irreverent Warriors, but he's going to come on to talk about the Norwich hike, which is coming up this.
God, you get it all wrong. It's Norwich, not Norwich. It's like Arkansas, not Arkansas.
So, really?
Or Illinois. It's not Illinois. It's Illinois.
I'm looking it up right now. Yeah. Okay, I got
It's
that
Norwich.
wrong. Norwich?
Norwich.
And that's Connecticut. I'm from New England. I didn't know that. But see, there's a college. It's a big college up in New Hampshire called Norwich.
You've got to be a Patriots fan.
It's well, I was.
Belichick's like,
But
we
Goodell
lost 2 guys, but we still have Kevin. We're good.
Goodell called me, and he's no. I'm just kidding. No, I stopped. Honestly, if this was 3 years ago, I wouldn't be able to do it this night because I was such a diehard Patriots fan. I mean, I still stand by that Brady's the GOAT, but there's so much pandering. I want to put on a goddamn football game with my son, with my daughter, and watch it and just enjoy watching super athletes do amazing things. I haven't been able to do that for 3 years because every time I put on the damn game, I'm lectured by someone else and their politics, and there's no room for that. And I know we talked about this with a guest. I won't say his name. Maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And his answer was like, yeah, but they're people and they have voices too. Absolutely.
But you have a fucking job to do.
Yeah. And I listen, there's only so much that you can be told you are a bad person. Hey, viewer, you're a bad person. Now keep watching. It's like, no, do you know what? I'm done. And if you go outside this studio door and you look up, you saw that baseball bat, right?
Yeah,
that baseball bat was a commemorative bat. Boston Red Sox won 108 regular season games back in 2018. Franchise record, amazing season. Me and my son, he was like 5 at the time, we're watching it. And he really got into the sports. The next year, and again, this is my opinion. This isn't anyone who's associated with the show. This is my opinion. The next year we go to watch. They traded Mookie Betts. The camera scrolls by and Mookie's on his knees, and I was like, do you know what? So
like every jar hit. I mean,
so it took something that was near and dear to my heart, and because people cannot separate politics from entertainment, I'm out. It's like watching your favorite porn and then halfway through a commercial comes and says repent.
Jamie, go to your favorite church.
Jeremy's trying to he's like, come on, dude, don't get us fired. No, this is just my opinion.
I throw out porn. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's true, but that's okay because we're like the redheaded stepson of Vet TV, so we can say stuff like that. Anyways, and then when we speak like this,
I mean, it's bullshit though. I do agree.
Social media schwacks us. And they schwack you
like
because you go crazy on it.
I'm banned again, so yes.
we've had shit, almost knocked my computer over. We've had this show itself has been shadow banned. We've had situations where things weren't getting out, it was just bad. And it was like why? Is it because we have American flags in our background? Is it because we're unapologetic? We're not talking bad. We're not violent with anyone. We don't say we respect everybody. We don't care about your race, creed. What is creed? I don't know what creed is.
It's Apollo Creed.
Yeah, we don't care about the boxer, your religion, your sexual. No, we don't care. We embrace it. We hang out with everybody. We love all veterans.
Hey,
if you're not a veteran, though, you're a piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
but yeah, and they came after us there. I'm sorry. I'm going down a dark way.
Join the Air Force?
Who's that? Oh, tonight also, I forgot to mention, with the Semper Fly guest, we're going to give away a pair. There's lots of, I got another pair right here. We've got lots of awesome pairs of Semper Flies to show you, to model, if you will. Here, let me switch up to this. Damn. And a lucky listener tonight, if you comment below, we will be giving out pair of these sunglasses. In fact, what I'll do is I'm going to buy you a brand new pair. So I'm going to have these that have been all over our greasy faces, and we'll have it sent to you. So
hold on. Frank loves your musk, so he might actually wear them if he wins.
He could. I don't know if Frank's going to win though. I feel like if Frank wins, it's gonna look like it's fixed because he sits on the couch every now and then. Speaking of which, if you guys want to come sit on the couch, shoot me an email, kevin@21gun.net. You got to spell it out, 21gun.net. It's empty tonight because we had a bunch of Irreverent Warriors at the 100th episode, and one of them kicked over my speaker and broke some equipment. So we actually can't do it right now, but in the next few days, it will be replaced. So if you want to come down, sit with us. In fact, we're going to have a live studio interview. What time is it? Let me look.
It's 8:09.
Okay, we're good. Live studio guest, Soldier Socks. Soldiers for socks. Socks for soldiers. Shit, I don't know.
I'm gonna use them for a different reason.
They're pretty close by, and they're actually gonna come in for a live studio. So that too, right? If you're an author or whatever, we might even get Bobby Henline in studio. I've been talking to him about that.
Look at your comment.
What happened? I can't look at comments.
CJ Frost, if I win, I'm giving them to a blind guy.
I can't read comments because they're they're polarized. Anyways, CJ
You
Frost.
want
will be
here?
there.
Trade me for the night.
No, I'm good. I don't want your greasy ass nose all
Yes,
over my
you
sunglasses. I don't know. I don't really have any announcements or anything like that. We have some events coming up.
Yeah.
Let's do that. September 18th, we have Norwich.
Norwich.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know there is a college, Norwich, I don't know if it's Norwich College or Norwich, and it's a military one. It's up in New Hampshire. But we called it Norwich, so that's going to mess with me. Anyways, Norwich, Connecticut, September 18th. September 18th. Also, Nashville, Tennessee. That's a little state just to the west of us. And then Virginia Beach, Virginia on the 18th. That's a local one. You're going to go up to that one?
Yeah, Mary's in charge of that one, and Dan from Grunstyle will be there. So I suggest you go there. Some restrictions I think have been lifted. Last year was a good time. It was a shorter hike, but it was definitely a fun time. It's right on the beach, right on the boardwalk. She puts on an amazing hike every year, and that's not just a little bit of brown. She puts on a really good hike, so definitely try to make it out.
Oh, is that Mary? Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
Mary. Dan's girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Or wife?
I'm not going to assume.
I think
It's
they got
coming.
married.
I'm not going to. Last time I asked somebody who was married this past weekend, I got looked at like I had a giant.
I think.
on
Look
my
at us.
forehead,
Look
so.
at us. We are the gossip gals.
No,
We're the
I'm just
gossip
trying
gals.
not to look
Ladies and
stupid
gentlemen,
by assuming
welcome to the
something I
gossip
don't know
gals.
about.
So yeah, here's our
Okay.
main couple tonight.
Put it this way: they might as well be.
Yeah, I thought they were. I thought I saw that they were. Maybe they're engaged. That could be it.
Oh yes, they're engaged. They've
Okay.
been engaged.
Yeah, it's what 6s and 9s. Half a dozen ones. Wait, is it 6 of one, half a dozen the other?
I don't know. I'm a 9, still looking for my 1 to make it a perfect 10.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Damn
what other hikes do we have up? I didn't write them all down.
Yep,
here.
we have Fort Walton Beach coming up September 25th.
Fort Jeremy Walton
You
Beach.
Damn right. That's why I'm going. San Antonio, Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, and Pinehurst, North Carolina, October
Oh
2nd.
God, man, I love the Pinehurst. I'm actually
The Pinehurst?
no, I was going to say the Pinehurst area, but
okay.
I realized it's not here, and I'm wondering if my notes reset and I didn't save something. But regardless, Pinehurst, it's so great. So what you get at Pinehurst is in Southern Pines. If you guys are in North Carolina, you haven't been down to Southern Pines, go check it out in Pinehurst. I'm not a golf guy. I freaking hate golf. I was like the only U.S. Air Force officer that hated golf. They'd be like, "Oh, the commander's gonna have a 18 hole." I'm like, "Yeah, nope. I'm gonna go. I would
He's gonna
rather
go play mini golf.
I would rather eat pebbles on the side of the road for 6 hours. I hate golf, but regardless, all the operators from Bragg all live down there, and it's like they're all Delta or SF. And a lot of the flyers go down there too because it just gets you away from Fayetteville. Fayetteville, it's like it's the same crowd, right? You got we were talking about this just this last weekend. 100,000 or something Army people in that area, soldiers or whatever. So it gets you away. It's going to be beautiful. I don't know. I'm actually going to be at Jellystone Park. I'm not joking. I'm going to be at Jellystone Park that weekend, so I can't go. But check out.
God, it's almost like we keep telling him to go to a hike, but I'm going to be here instead.
Yeah, I gotta go to Yogi Bear's campground with my kids. I'm sorry, being a dad.
You know what? You're going to do the typical white guy. I'm going to go pet that bear.
No, it's the bear that's in the suit. They actually do. They come and they serve you breakfast.
Willing to bet the guy still punches him.
Jesus, people are like, "Hey, should we watch that podcast tonight where the guy talks about Yogi Bear?" But yeah, I won't be there. Speaking of which, this just reminded me. We did the Rock Guns last week. We did a
That was a good time.
Yeah, we did a live show down there. Awesome guys. Hey, we were talking. I was giving out Irreverent Warriors keychains with bottle openers, and then he came out with this one.
F-bomb, yeah.
Yeah. He came out with this one, and it dawned on me like today as I was looking at it. I don't know if he gave this to me. He did?
Yes, he did.
Okay, I felt bad if he was just showing me.
No, he said that's for you.
Do you ever do that?
I tried to take it from you and you put it in your pocket.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah.
You ever done that? Like that weird, like, hey, check out my pen,
And then you take
people,
it with you?
people think that you're giving it to them, and you're like, oh, that's not for. Okay.
That's why I have so many designer glass cups in my cupboard.
Oh, really? Well, check it out. So those are the guys down at the Rock Guns. It was a good time. But so here we
I bought
are.
a knife.
Here we are. Yeah, I know. I saw that knife.
Real knife.
So
get his knife. Nice. Nah.
So we're doing the show, and we're cleaning up, and there's a lot of people there. There's Axel. It was a lot of fun. And then I see these guys with the word Pineville. No. Pineland. Right? They're a motorcycle club. There's like a half a dozen of them.
Total fangirling.
Dude, I fanboyed out. So Pineland, if you're not familiar, this is like where the special forces, it's the fake country they fight. So it's like their SEER school or whatever, Pineland. The Delta guys, I believe the Delta guys, they might be the other one, but regardless, these guys are all operators. And so I go up and I'm just like, the first thing I say to them, there's like 6 of them in a row.
God.
No, I go like this. I go, gentlemen, hi there. I just wanted to let you know, I'm a big fan of your work. All of you. All of you. I said, what you guys did up at Tora Bora, fantastic. And you guys over there, I mean, it was...
I loved you in your favorite film. You were amazing.
Haifa Street, you guys were... Oh, yeah, dude. I was...
I'm trying to pull Kevin in, and Mark, the guy that owns the place, he's like, or one of the partners there, he's like, hey, man, let's give you guys... I already had the tour of the place. He's coming in, and then we're like, where's Kevin? And Kevin's like...
Yeah, I was fanboying out. I'm sorry. The operators are freaking awesome. If you're an operator, come sit on the couch and I'm just kidding. I was say,
just got weird. Off.
What's that? No, I was doing a little.
You're old, so I figured you'd fall asleep.
So let's keep moving. Should we bring up what time is it? Yeah, let's bring Doug Cabazzi up.
Oh, you said it right.
Yeah, of course. Come on.
Hey, Doug, how's it going?
Hey,
Doug,
what's going on, guys?
This is a train wreck. This is the first time we've done... Yeah, I got to put my sunglasses on. This is the first time we've done a show in a few weeks. And we figured, what the hell? Just wing it.
Change it up a little bit, yeah, man.
Yeah, it shows.
We're normally... Hey, now. We're normally a well-polished machinery here, but...
well, we've noticed. It's been a little more relaxing where we don't have things a little more forced and pushed and required down to. So
stressful at that point. Yeah. Instead. Hey, is anyone commenting, by the way?
Oh, we sure have, except Frank about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
So we have six of you watching. And remember, we are giving away a pair of these sunglasses, well, at least one of them.
Yes.
Comment down below while you're watching, and we'll pick a winner.
And I guess for what I'll say is, because most of our views come on demand afterwards, the overwhelming majority, because I mean, people just don't watch live stuff usually. I will even do this. I will look on Wednesday. What's today? Sunday? Yeah. So I will look on Wednesday, or maybe even I'll wait a week next Sunday, and then I'll give everyone a chance to comment, even if if you're working or you're watching football or whatever right now, and I will pick someone at random.
It's a good idea. So you know what? Hopefully to get people to listen too, we can actually post it on the Facebook pages. We can ask one of the social media directors, Lewis, or Shannon, to post it on the site to have them come watch and maybe win a pair of glasses.
Yes, very good. Do we have a guy on? Oh, we do. Hey, Doug, what branch of service were you in, and where did you serve?
I was in the Army, and then I served over in Iraq 2 times, in 2003 and then back again in 2005.
Okay, excellent. You were there. I was trying to remember. I didn't read your bio. I read the other guy's bio. So he was there in 2004. We'll talk about him in a minute. So you're like the first non-jarhead I've had on in, I don't know. I'm going to say like 6 months.
It's a while.
It's been a long time. So enjoy. Have you ever spent time down in Bragg?
No. Okay. Haven't had the pleasure.
It is,
Lucky.
it's, people... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it. I liked it. It's where all the operations were. It was like... If you want to do the Army thing, especially as an Air Force guy, I mean, what do I want to be on some Air Force base up in the middle of Minot, North Dakota?
Yes.
No, I want to be down where the action is, and it was a really cool assignment as far as that goes. I liked it. Where were you stationed?
I was mainly up here in the New England area, so I was out of Fort Devens, and I was with the 804th Medical Brigade, and I was attached to the 883rd Medical Company. I was their lead mechanic for both the unit and the medical brigade.
That's cool. So you were working on cars or helicopters or cars?
No, anything 5 tons and under with a diesel engine is what I specialized in.
I saw some YouTuber, the guy who does what the hell's the name of it? Off the Ranch, Demo Ranch. He's got a 5-ton that he modded out. Like, you can buy these things. It's so awesome. Those things are freaking awesome. I mean, where the hell would you drive it? I have no idea around here. I did a lot of work. When I was on the scene with 30s, and we did a lot of medical evacuation, right? So medical flights. And we worked a lot with the Army side on that. Did you guys did you do anything with that?
Personally, yes, I did. My unit didn't. So before my second deployment, I was cross-trained as a combat lifesaver. Okay. And then so I would actually go out on missions and convoys as the mechanic, vehicle recovery, and also the combat lifesaver. So I'd basically help the combat medics with the less severe casualties.
Okay.
And then if there was no one for me to help, then I would go over and I would assist the medics with like tourniquets, IVs, calling in the 9-line medevac, stuff like that.
I've never heard that MOS before, or not even MOS. It's probably like just a training thing.
Yeah, it was basically just something to add to your resume. So it wasn't MOS. I guess in 2005 they weren't tapped out for combat medics, but they needed people to basically help the medics. So they were like, "Oh, we're combat lifesaver. We'll just give you that." And then
so is it like EMT basic or
pretty much? Pretty much.
And I assume you guys did TCCC, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So basically, like I always tell people when they're like, "Oh, what is a combat lifesaver?" I'm like, I'm nothing more than an overglorified Band-Aid pusher. So I would kiss your boo-boo, pat you on the bottom, and get you right back out into combat.
Damn, I needed you on my deployment.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so, breaks, strains, pulled muscles, your occasional non-life-threatening bullet wounds, stuff like that, I would take care of. But once that was all set, if there was no vehicle that needed to be fixed, no vehicle that needed to be recovered, then I would pretty much just go grab my CLS bag and then go assist the combat medics. And while they were applying tourniquets and stuff, I was popping IVs and, just tag teaming someone to get them out onto the Blackhawks to get them out of the combat zone.
That's one of those things that it's always good to have. I think in like, at least kids who go to college or maybe even high school, everyone should get like an EMT basic rating because it's so important. I did a TCCC course for my CME, which is continuing medical education, because I never had to do it in the Air Force. And that's stuff that you learn. I mean, that you could drive down the road, see a wreck, and all it takes is a bunch of people panicking, and you shove your finger in a femoral artery, and they're alive, right?
Yeah.
It's fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
So. Awesome. When did you get out?
2007.
Okay, long time ago. When did you join? What year? I like old people.
I joined in 98. I was fresh out of high school, so I graduated in June of 98, and then September of 98. I was down in relaxing Jackson, South Carolina.
Yeah.
So I only took like 2 months off.
What was your motivation to join?
Well, my grades in high school were crap, and my dad served 20 years in the Navy. So, and I have 3 brothers. So he was like, I can't put you through college. So he was like, you can either get a scholarship, go into debt, or join the military. And then I was like, well, I know I'm not going to get a scholarship on my grades. Like I actually changed my grades in high school so he wouldn't whoop my butt. And I knew, like I didn't want to go into debt. So I was like, well, let's look into the military. I wasn't doing the Air Force because I wasn't smart enough for the Air Force. I say I was smart to not to join the Marines. So I was a little bit smarter than that.
Damn.
And the Navy, I lived that life, right? So my dad carted us around. I didn't like it. And I couldn't get over the fact that they still wore bell bottoms. So I was like, well, let's look into the Army. And what the weird part was, though, is like, so my recruiter was completely honest with me. She was like, this is going to suck. You're going to hate it. All this other stuff. In 2003, she was actually my mobilization sergeant in Fort Drum, New York.
No way.
Yeah, so I hear this voice, and I'm like, why does this voice sound very familiar? And then all of a sudden, here comes this, big burly woman walking around the corner, and I was just like, oh my Lord.
You don't usually have that opportunity to see the person that got you in. I still picture mine. I remember seeing him. I thought he was like an old guy. He was probably 30.
I'd have punched mine.
Yeah, big gut. And then the last time I thought about him, because I joined right before September 11th. And he's like, yeah, man. He was telling me, well, I was going to go into TAC P, and he was like, oh, yeah, you probably just do like training deployments like in Africa or Europe or, maybe. And he's telling me all these awesome stories. And I'm like, this sounds really good. And then my first day in Iraq, we got a mortar attack, and shit was literally blowing up around me. And, I didn't think about God. I didn't think about death. I thought about this guy. He's the one that came into my mind. I'm like, that son of a bitch.
Fucking lied to me.
Yeah, he's the first person. That's a true story. But sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. As I'm standing there, like she looks at me and she remembered me. And she was like, "Oh my Lord, I can't believe this." So then I just turned around. I was like, "So is this the point where I thank my recruiter that I heard all about in basic training?" Like, I'm a little confused.
That's funny.
Well, you ended up at Fort Drum for starters.
Yeah, that sucked, and it was in January too.
I was in I was in the Marine Corps for a bit, and then switched to the Army, and then I was at Fort Drum, and I hated it.
That's the one up in New York?
Yeah, I was 7th Engineers. I was a combat engineer up there, and I cannot tell you how much I hated it.
I don't know much about it. Where is it located in New
10th
York?
Mountain Division, Watertown, upstate New York.
Yeah.
I used to live on the Finger Lakes for like not even a year. Not even a year. I graduated PA school. I got my first job there.
Which finger is that one?
It was one of these, the Finger Lakes. It's a Finger Lake. They got some wonderful wine if you go up towards the northeast.
Don't knock wine,
and each
sir.
year,
Don't
let me
knock
tell you
wine.
about this cute little. So we So no, I was there. We got there in January. I'm like, what the hell? Is this Siberia? Is this Siberia? May, it was still snowing.
Yep.
And it was then my wife and I looked at each other and we're like, we're leaving. And then we were gone within 5 months because I still had to close on my contract and all that. But yeah, beautiful place in the summertime, the 2 weeks in the summer. But other than that, nope.
The place is a nightmare.
Absolutely is. It's upstate New York. And people think when they hear New York, people think like, hey, New York, come down here, right?
Not even.
No, when you go up there, you might as well be in Alaska.
So interestingly enough, all cold weather training is done in Watertown up in Fort Drum.
As it should.
The people in Alaska go to freaking.
That's funny.
Go to Fort Drum.
And they're proud of it too. The people that stay there. One of the things that made us want to leave too is me and my wife were sitting at a restaurant and it was the spring, right? It's starting to get warm, and we see a squirrel get I'm gonna use the term twice this show, schwacked by a truck. Whack! And so we're like, oh God, that's awful. We're trying to eat. This dude sees it, gets up, walks out into the road, grabs it, swings it over his shoulder, and walks away. I was like, yeah, no, we're and I think he was like, sweet, we got some dinner here, free food.
Yeah, squirrel is actually pretty good.
I've heard. I don't think I'll ever know.
I used to live in a town called Philadelphia, New York. So if you go out the main gate of Fort Drum, take a right, just follow it all the way out towards Carthage. Mm-hmm. Loved living out there. Hated the snow. Only reason is because they had this little itty bitty Amish shack with like their Amish food and their
there's a lot of Amish
deli
up there.
meats. Oh my God, I would not go to Walmart.
They got good cheese too.
We'd spend double there just to eat healthier. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I like the Amish.
I didn't ride my bike there though, so
shut up. I actually have never ridden my. No, I did when I lived there. I rode my bike.
Yeah, you sure did. Here, I even got a comment for you.
So okay, go ahead.
What sunglasses should Kevin wear while riding a bicycle cross country?
Okay, well, that's an interesting story there because I had a pair of Oakleys that were I don't know, freaking whatever.
And Frank, Kevin is so cool. His bike has shades.
That's true. He's not lying there. So 2007, you get out just voluntarily, or like I'm out of here, or
So in 2006, I had injured my back while on a deployment, and it wound up resulting in a pinched nerve, herniating a disc, and when they basically flew me to Kuwait National Hospital where they did like the MRI. And then they come back and they're like, all right, so we got one of two options. You can either get a steroid shot directly into your spine and into the nerve, which will give you mobility back in like 36 hours. Or you can go to Germany and then be flown to Walter Reed and you can have the surgery. So I opted for door number one. So I went and got the steroid injection, got mobility back in like 36 hours. And then I just went right back to duty.
Because that's always good. Yeah.
That was not the smartest. That was not the smartest choice because since so in 2007 in 2006 I was basically stop lost. So my contract was up, everything was done, and then I knew with my back injury like I probably wouldn't be able to re-enlist. So I said, all right, I'm getting out. And then since getting out, I've been through 3 back surgeries and 2 spinal fusions.
Does the VA say it's unrelated?
No, I will give credit to the VA actually, no, I shouldn't give credit to the VA. So I basically had a broken bone in my back for 10 years, and the VA kept telling me, like I had some tool tell me, he's like, oh, stretch your calves, your back will feel better. And I'm like, okay, chief.
Right. Yeah.
So after 10 years, they finally find this broken bone. And then the VA finally stepped up and they were like, look, because of the first spinal fusion you had, we are not qualified enough to do the surgery. So we're going to have to outsource it to a third party. So they sent me to like the number one back specialist here in Connecticut. And then he came in and he's like, look, people your age, I try to tell them not to get back surgery. He goes, but you need it. You fall the wrong way, you twist the wrong way, you're paralyzed from the waist down.
Oof.
I'm like, oh, this is a beautiful conversation.
And here's your option. They show you a wheelchair or they show you a scalpel. Like,
yeah.
Or bubble wrap. Just wrap yourself up for the next. So tell us about Norwich.
It's pronounced like, so you can say it either way. People will say Norwich, but people will say Norwich.
That's what in New England they do that. Like there's something a place because I grew up there, and it's either. So people that go there, they're like, "What is Gloucester?" You're like, "That's Gloucester." Yeah. What is what's the one that's out west of Boston? Worcester. Worcester? It's like no, it's Worcester. What's Peabody? Where's Peabody, Mass? Like no, it's
Peabody.
Yeah. For some reason, New England, we take all the names and we're just like, nope. But yeah, tell us about the hike.
So it's pretty much your straight run of the mill 10-mile hike, but we do have a bunch of stuff along the way. This year we do hopefully have a really awesome surprise coming in, which I can't say anything. It's something that, shout out to my boy Mario, the local coordinator for Puerto Rico. Yeah, he's been helping me out with this. So him and I have been working on something. But one thing that we do every year is that we have a brewery who is a huge sponsor of ours. And probably about 6 weeks before the hike, myself and whoever else wants to come down, we go to the brewery and we actually brew a specialty beer or a specialty stout or whatever for the hike.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I just heard about that this weekend. Someone told me about that from last year.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Our friend Jennifer Bodner told me about that.
Yeah, and the thing is they customize the entire logo. We come up with like a catchy name that has to do with a little bit of irreverence, and then what happens is all the sales after the hike of that beer or stout, whatever we brew until it's gone, basically comes back to the Norwich, Connecticut hike, so we can still fund everything that we have to fund throughout the day. And then we also get like Mohegan Sun Casino. They're huge in the after party. So they donate their grand ballroom. They donate the food. They donate one drink to everyone that comes through the door. They just basically hand this over to us. So they're very accommodating.
And if you're listening, you're like, should I go up there? If you haven't been to New England this time of year, mid-September, early October, oh my gosh, it's the one thing I miss. I don't miss much about New England except for that just crisp air, that nice cool air, and the trees are turning, and it's just, unless it's raining, then you're screwed. Yeah. But other than that, it's a fantastic time of year. That would be like the most comfortable hike I would think is New England in September.
Yeah, I see the comments that Frank is making, and I will say this, like, I'm done with Connecticut. When my son turns 18, he'll be 14 in at the end of September, not like I'm counting down or anything. But as soon as he turns 18, like 18th birthday, he's blowing out his candles. And as soon as that last candle goes out, like this whole state is in my rearview mirror. Like,
I was trying not to post the comments, but I'm like, I'm not sure if he likes it or not.
I'll agree. Like everyone, so in like all these forums and stuff, see, we're a huge military. My area is a huge military area because we have the naval submarine base here. And you have all these people who come in, and then they're posting on these forums, and they're like, "Hey, what is like the number one thing to see in Connecticut?" And I'm, the jackass that's always like the "Welcome to Rhode Island" sign, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's not funny." And I'm like, seriously, there's nothing here in Connecticut unless you like to drink or gamble. That is it.
All the New England states suck at this point. Even New Hampshire, the old libertarian stronghold that my parents escaped to Massachusetts. Literally, we call ourselves the Massachusetts refugees. Even New Hampshire's lost. That's a good move. Come down here, North Carolina or Texas.
Yeah, Texas is one of my dream destinations.
We need some good people in Texas. Doug, I just noticed we're going way over time. So, but yeah, where can folks? I was going to say, where can folks find this? I don't know. RevenantWarriors.com. Click on events. Click on Norwich. You've heard of the college right up in New Hampshire, Norwich?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a military school. Norwich is what we say.
Yep, Norwich.
There. Yes. Cool. But hey, no, it was good talking to you. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Hyping up your hike, and maybe we'll meet someday at a hike.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Awesome,
good
man.
to talk to you, man. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Take care.
See you, buddy.
God,
what a dick!
That's it.
Hold on, Kevin.
I didn't pull up the.
Do it.
Do what? Oh,
it's on you.
One more. That's our new thing. That's our new thing.
Sorry,
I gotta find out what that guy's name is. I will get him on the show. I think, and if it's a kid, that obviously we won't get him on the show.
At least you won't get him off the show.
I'm hoping he's a boot. Next up, let me read his thing before we pull him up here. Is Patrick Turley. In 2004, Patrick deployed. Oh, he's a Marine, of course. He deployed as part of OIF 2-2. What is that? Is that like a 2-2?
It's like second deployment, second rotation. Usually they go by rotations in years. It's like
okay,
first
so
one's
that's
gone
like
out,
a
second's
specific...
gone out, third's gone out, etc., etc.
Because I hear like when people talk about like Iraq, and some people you'd be like, oh, when did you serve? Oh, I was part of Operation Flying Eagle, and you're like, I don't. What is that? What is that? Were you OIF, OEF? Did you do both? Like what? Well, I was at I don't understand any of that. I know there's like a zillion. Like there's all different names for like the period you were there. Whatever. Were you in Iraq or not? It sounds like I'm shitting on the guy. I'm not. I'm not Patrick.
I was there in Fallujah too. It's okay.
Yeah,
I was there.
in the Anbar province, he was
at the
absolutely
very beginning.
there.
Yes.
Despite a deep love for the Corps and service, he accepted an honorable discharge to be a more active parent. Very good, Pat. After service, he would graduate summa cum laude. I don't know what that means, from Penn State with a BS in business, and later complete his MBA, ranked in the top 96 percentile. Having experienced and seen through his veteran peers the hardships that I almost made it through it. Hardships that veterans experience transitioning to civilian life and dealing with their experiences, he wanted to help. So he left his career as a high net worth financial advisor to start Semper Fly, veteran-owned sunglasses company steeped in celebrating the vet culture that contributes 25% to veterans advocacy. I don't know if you noticed no, you can't see it. I got to change my angle. We have like Jeremy, you have some on your desk, right? You've got the 22 Sierra. Whenever we have people on, their stuff kind of just stays up here. So we have free advertising. In fact, here's a book that I know this is neither here nor there, but I was hoping that the camera, you could see the Semper Fly box, because there's something cool about this, and I'll bring it up in a minute. Anyways, he also does traveling and scuba diving. So let's pull up. Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, so if you're not joining tonight's episode, you can enjoy it with a nice set of dark roast and 22 Sierra coffee.
Nice cup of coffee.
Proceeds go to RevenantWarriors.com.
What I like to do is just steep it with a little oat milk.
Hold up, guys. I'm only at 90% moto right now.
See, I don't know. This isn't.
There's the full.
Moto.
He's got the chessies. The only reason why I'm not wearing mine is I can't see my screen. I can't see.
I don't need to see a screen, Kevin. I will say this. I want to greet the real stars of the show, Frank and CJ. I've been fucking dying over your comments the whole time.
CJ Frost is a good friend of mine. Actually, we rode our bikes across the country together.
Fuck it. I quit. I officially quit.
He's a double below the knee amputee and a EOD warrior. And he is living.
Good for you, CJ. Seriously, that's incredible.
Yeah, we text back and forth. I'm like, hey, he'll show me a picture of his gun room. Like literally, there's like, I assume, man, I gotta travel out and see him because he's out in New Mexico working with the things that people that blow shit up out there. In my mind, now I don't have proof of this, but I say it's like a bookshelf that opens and then he's got like, just like John Wick.
He's got ball gags
just got
and everything.
belt fed full. I mean, and I'll be like, hey.
It's a shame you can't afford ammo anymore then, right?
Yeah, that's true. You gotta. But I'll be like, hey, I'll show him a picture. This is my Glock 42. It's the 380, because I don't like the kick. And he's like, hey, check out my, I don't know.
It's my Desert 50 cal.
Yeah, my Desert 50. I'm like, God damn it.
Sniper, right?
It's pretty awesome out there. It sounds like dreamland. Anyways, first question I have for you, Patrick, is how did you get my picture? Pull this up, Jeremy. So
while he talks, I'm going to pull this up.
I'm flipping through Semper Fly's website. Semper
Go
Fly.
on.
Yeah.
Go on.
And I'm flipping through, and being a internet celebrity as I am, I looked and oh shit, my camera went down.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Okay, well you
Who
go.
is that ugly son of a bitch?
Here.
So, do you have it up? Because I can't see.
I have it up.
Okay.
So give me a second while I hold that. Oh, Kevin's gonna run and unfuck his stuff.
Yeah. But don't worry, you keep talking.
Hey, by the way, my website programming skills are garbage, so I feel like it's almost unfair that you guys are straight lurking the site going.
Bro, we were sitting here the entire. No, we were sitting here the entire time.
Sir.
We were admiring it like the entire time. Like Kevin's like, bro, they found me. I'm like, yeah, maybe at like a younger age or something.
Hey now.
Because Kevin's fucking old.
That was in Hawaii, like right before we launched, and I knew like we needed at least a few like website pictures. So I took some of my wife, who was actually 7 months pregnant at the time, and we just cropped her belly out.
So I mean, Kevin could use some cropping. I'm just kidding.
I think that actually
a little belly crop. We all use a little belly crop.
I could use a lot of belly cropping right about now.
we belly cropping. That's why I angle it. You angle it so you can't see your belly.
But yes, we found Kevin. It's just amazing.
It's either me or Dan Mallard and I had
like
a baby.
Cousin.
We had a baby.
Yeah,
that's my son.
Yes, Dan, if you're watching, this is a you and Kevin baby.
Get shit out of my face.
What's that? Say that again.
It looks like a budget Paul Walker. Get that ugly son of a bitch out of my face.
Awesome. So I want to obviously we start off with that, but I also want to start off with it's a recurring theme lately. Is before you got in the Marines, you were in college and you dropped out.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't for the reasons that like you'd assume. This was a 9/11 related kind of thing. So
Okay.
That day kind of happened. Everything kind of changed, and then the next day, I was at the Marine Corps recruiter office talking to them, and then the guy was like, "Hey, you speak German?" And I was like, "I do speak German." And he was like, "You're going to be a spy." And
what? Are we spying on Germany now?
Hold on, spoiler alert! I did not end up a spy.
Oh, it just shows how old he is. He
Exactly.
wasn't September 11th. He watched Pearl Harbor. He's like, they're like, we need more people like you at the front line. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
The James Bond fantasy that I had at the time really fed in. But listen, I have no regrets. I had an amazing time. You meet the best people in the world in the Corps. Absolutely, bar none. Best times of my life too. I mean, some of the shittiest times of my life too.
I have a question for you, and I guess, and Jeremy. I put my sunglasses back on, but I can't read my notes. But I meet some people that either love the Corps
or truly fucking hate it.
Or truly hate it. What is the difference?
Time.
Like, what is
time? A lot of time. Like when you're in, the bullshit is just so intense. You know what I mean? I'm sure you can back me up, my man, since we're in.
Oh yeah.
But like it's just, and the saying that like kind of permeates, I think, through like the vet community, and even I think active duty at this point is like, don't hate the circus, don't hate the clowns, or whatever.
Yeah.
And like when you have hindsight and you've been a veteran for a while, and especially like I think the hardest part of transitioning is actually losing the relationships with your friends that you were so tight with in like the Marines and the military, like any branch. You guys get trauma bonded together, and like you'll have great civilian friends, but it's never quite the same. You know what I mean? It's not quite as intense.
Yeah.
So, and I agree. A lot of is time, and like Frank said, you truly don't get it till about 3.5, 4 years in. And you notice the bullshit is kind of like, oh yeah, you're somewhat of a janitor, military slave.
You are not just somewhat of a janitor. You are very much a janitor. Your
unit is 1, your leaders are 2, and time is 3. Now, when you put all three of those together, and they all suck, your life is fucking miserable, and you could not want to get out faster.
Yeah.
At all.
You're with their like peer group. You know what I mean? Like if you're in your unit and you're ostracized for whatever reason, whether you're like a shitbag or if people just don't like you for whatever reason, I think that's a really, really hard place to be. And I feel terrible for those guys, but well, not the shitbag. You're a shitbag.
Yeah, they usually bring it upon themselves, though. Like we had guys in our squadron that no one wanted to fly with. We called them seagulls. The only way you could get them to fly was to throw rocks at them.
I agree.
they were, but they bring it upon themselves because they walk around miserable. Nothing is their fault. They don't take any personal responsibility. I mean, but you're going to find those people anywhere.
Yeah, but you also get
9 times out of 10, definitely. I just don't want to like make it seem like 100% of everyone ostracized is like a piece of shit that deserves it.
Well, the thing too is I've noticed, and I was part of that not the shitbag group. Let me rephrase that. I was a part of the group that didn't take shit from your NCOs, and I also didn't let them.
That's not a good idea, man.
I didn't let them take credit for my work either. So it's one of those like this goes towards my promotion.
So you haven't heard of chain of command?
No. But my chain of command above my decisions. The ones above my staff NCOs love me. Hey, Waldo, we're coming down to the shop. What's going on? Oh, hey, sir. Come take a look.
I want to kind of piggyback on the college thing there too, real quick, because I get in this argument with my wife all the time. I goofed in college. I didn't do anything. I think it's because I'm a genius, as they say. Somehow I passed. I don't know.
I've been advocating that for months. Personally.
Yeah, that I'm a genius. You're the guy. No, but I mean the whole point. So yeah, somehow I made it. It was a waste of time. My undergrad was a waste of time. It was a waste of 4 years. The only thing that got me was to go into the military as an officer, I guess. I didn't really want to be an officer. The pay was better, but that wasn't really my goal. Do you think college has become more or less a scam over the past, say 20 years, maybe a little more, 25 years, where college should be for the few kids, and you all knew them in high school, that were uber smart, and they were going to go build spaceships, or they were going to go do open heart surgery, or build. Now it's like something that it's pushed on everyone.
It's high school.
It's high school. And it's a waste.
Mm-hmm. For the most part, I mean, it's insane that if you want to study towards something, like let's say you're one of the few people that's actually using your college degree for something like going after a STEM field. You're in engineering. It's insane that you have to take these fucking stupid electives about shit that's not irrelevant. I'm sorry, to your career field, and waste your time on this nonsense. I know they like to say like, oh, but it'll build your general education and it'll build you as a person, but that's not what the fuck you're paying for. You're spending $200,000 in some cases. Like, it's insane. But I'm a lot less bitter because the government did pay for mine. I mean,
they paid for my grad school, which was nice. But
they paid for my grad school too. Yes.
Yeah. But no, and it comes down to. All right, so let's say you want to study. I want to study history. I want to study modern.
Don't do any of those things. You should
dance.
Yes. What you should do is take like a fucking walk off a bridge. Do society.
Or how about this?
And worse, what are the parents that raise the kid? That's like, hey, you gotta take modern dances in college. We'll support you. We'll pay for it.
How about you go to school and you get something like an engineering degree, and guess what? When you're smart, you're getting paid lots of money, go read something become an expert on modern dance, but don't expect to pay $200,000 and then get out and actually make money and do something with it.
Or how about if you want to be an expert on modern dance, just like spend a year watching fucking YouTube videos on modern dance and don't spend a penny. You know, you're throwing money out the window for
I'm such a douche. I'm such a douche that I actually watch those. I'm starting to get sick of it. But when you get these kids that do this crazy dance, where oh my god, I'm totally boomering out right now. But where their head stays still and they're like, it's awesome. I love watching that. Those kids are good. But see, I didn't have to go to college and pay $200,000 for it. I just watch TikTok vids. I don't even have TikTok.
I've never been on TikTok.
Yeah, here's the beauty. I actually don't own TikTok or whatever that is. I'm not on TikTok, but they put the videos on Instagram. Again, I hear when you get to a certain age, you hear yourself talking and you're like, holy shit, when did I become a boomer? I'm explaining to people how to. So TikTok, shut up, Kevin. Move on.
Yeah, my daughter's a senior in high school, so I find myself aware of things that I should not be, have no business being aware of.
My daughter's 7, and I honestly, I don't know how I'm going to survive her becoming a teenager. I don't think it's possible. I think Xanax and maybe pot will be legal by then across the country. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I have no idea.
It's not as bad as they say, to be honest with you. At least mine's been pretty smooth. You know, she hasn't had too much of an attitude. There hasn't really been too much boy drama or anything like that. You know, so I think you just raise them right. I'm sure you have them in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, we keep them in cages out in the backyard. That's cool, right?
She's locked in a room in the basement here.
There you go. Yeah,
he's got an automatic feeder. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a hamster wheel. I did a newborn son. So,
I missed that. Would you say you have an? Oh, yeah, that's right. You do have a newborn son.
Yes, I do. That's why we had to delay for a couple months. See,
that's right.
Cool, man. It's hard getting time right now.
Yeah.
Dang, you're like, I'm about to be done. She's about to move out. Let's have a new one.
No. That was a topic of conversation.
Let's just restart the whole process.
Do you know what's funny?
Because I was like, all right, I'm 40 now. My daughter's a senior in high school. So, like, she'll go off to college. I'll be 40. I can travel. I can do whatever I want. And then my wife was like, I want a baby. And I was like, all right.
All right.
It's my whole life raising kids, which you can't have a better purpose in life than that.
No, it's great. I love it. Every second of it, even the hard times. I was going to mention though, you talk to people that have like an 18-year-old and a newborn, and they're like, he was a whoopsie. And it's like, do you not know how the process works?
Right.
Because that's never a whoopsie in my mind, unless you didn't figure that part out.
Nick Culpepper.
Right, did you have a whoopsie?
One of many, like the Marines with the Navy daughter.
Say that again. I missed it.
I was a Marine with a Navy daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I deployed to Iraq when she was like 3 months old. It was
okay.
Tremendously sad at the time.
Yeah. I can't even imagine. There's something that I don't think we've ever brought up on this podcast is being a parent while being active duty and having to leave them. Like I've never, I've been away from my kids for like 2 days and I'm like, God damn, I'm a terrible dad.
My deployment was for the most part like pretty chill. It was mostly like fighting camel spiders against scorpions and like kind of hanging out in the desert, getting whiskey sent Listerine bottles. Yeah, you have a few rocket attacks a week, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
But honestly, like the scariest moment that I had was leaving in our C-130. First of all, I board the C-130. I'm sure many of the listeners are aware that it's just the nets around the outside that you kind of sit in, So I have one ass cheek on like one net and another on another when I board the plane back to Kuwait. So I already know this is going to be a bad plane ride. Put my head down on like my backpack in front of me and figure, whatever, I'll be in Kuwait in like 2 hours. And we take off, and probably like within 5 minutes of taking off, there's a really loud boom, lights in the C-130 shut off. Plane just like slams like not like 90 degrees, but like 45 degrees to the side. Then you hear like Harrier machine gun fire going crazy. And then one of the aircrew guys comes in the back. He's like, hey, is everybody all right? And you could hear a fucking pin drop because we were all sure that we were dead. All certain that we were dead in that moment. Anyway, in that moment, like the only thing that I could think about, because my daughter was 3 months old when I deployed. She was probably, 9-10 months old at the time that this happened. But all I could think about was like, hey, she's going to grow up not knowing me. So that's why when my enlistment ended, everything's been about being an active parent from that point.
Yeah.
A moment like that really puts priorities in check. That's for damn sure.
Damn right.
I didn't have any kids when I was in, and I can guarantee you,
right?
Bunch of blue-eyed Filipinos. No, it's. I mean, knowing what I know now, I mean, I don't even ride my bike anymore. I haven't ridden my bike since my kids were born because I don't want to die on the side of the road.
But you ride that one wheel. What are you talking about?
Is that your excuse for not exercising?
Yes. Yes. No, the bike. We have no shoulders. We have no shoulders.
I'm morbidly obese for their own safety.
That's for their own good. Well, did you hear what we talked about at the beginning? We used to work out to look good.
I would have been interrupting so many times. You were talking about being shadow banned, and you were like, "Hey, is it because of the American flag?" Dude, I get ads rejected on a daily basis for shit that has nothing to do with them. Like I did a Chesty's ad earlier today, and just because they're on an American flag, like there's nothing mentioned about like politics, social issues, anything. And that ad was killing it. Like I had like 15, 20 orders yesterday just from that ad. And I got it canceled today. And they said it's because I'm meddling in politics.
Yeah, I've had that stuff come back at me.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at your Chesty's Chosen edition.
Yeah, so
I'm about to buy
I guess we should tell people
They're
this.
amazing, hold on. In fact,
let's talk about Semper Fly, your sunglasses company. So you started a sunglasses
look at how
company.
pretty I am without them, by the way. Look at the control of a human. Thank God. Okay.
There you go. I'll put mine on too.
Finally.
But yeah, so I was thinking about this as I was writing your questions, and you went from Marine, you went into the business world, and now you are technically a fashion designer.
Oh my goodness. No.
Yeah, you are a fashion designer, my friend.
I'm like a veteran community like facilitator.
You are like what are fashion? Sunglasses are fashion, and you are so
accessories.
I want that to be on your Instagram thing. It'll be Semper Fly, Patrick Turley, fashion designer. Semper Fly.
It's definitely fashion. You want to know why? Because Marines always look good, and now you made them look even better.
We do have the best uniforms.
Just saying. So
I
you
agree.
just made it more
We're
fashionable.
also the fittest, so I think that helps too.
So where do you explain this? You wake up one day and you're like, I'm going to make sunglasses. Where if you gave me all the materials to make sunglasses, you gave me all the materials. Here you go. And then you're like, we're going to come back in 5 years. You would come back in 5 years and there would not be a sunglass. What's the point? A pair of sunglasses on the table. Because I just couldn't do it. So tell us, how do you go from business to suddenly a fashion designer?
I mean, it's a long road because like so many veterans get caught up. When you're enlisted, especially, a lot of things happen in life in that 4 years that put you behind. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, I had a daughter with someone in the Navy. No regrets, obviously. Amazing experience. Best kid in the world. Huge fan. But like it gives you real world issues that you have to deal with, right? So when you get out of the military, it's like, I have to provide for this. So it makes education harder and it makes other things harder. So those are the issues that I think vets are struggling when they're competing with their civilian peers. On top of that, they're already 4 to 5 years behind because their other peers have already gone through college or they already have 4 to 5 years of work experience. So they're ahead of you. And I know we have a thank you for your service culture, and it's way better than getting spit on in Vietnam and stuff like that. But like employers don't really treat it like it's as valuable as it should be. You know, they don't understand that you were like a 19, 20-year-old in charge of 30 people's every aspect of their lives.
Yeah, most civilians don't care. They don't have time.
Yeah, and they don't know. They don't really understand. So it's a super disadvantage. And like I said, like I had a daughter. When the people get weighed down by that, like family responsibilities, whether they're married, whether they're divorced with kids, like that's a hard thing to overcome and actually pursue an education at the same time. But I did that. I got an education. I watched all my friends struggle. So, and when we came back from Iraq, I had friends that did things to kill themselves and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure every veteran has, knows somebody that's had that kind of experience. And stuff like that's tremendously sad, or stuff to see people 5 years behind their peers is tremendously sad. So I've always wanted to do something where we could give back more to vets. I managed to get pretty lucky, going through my education and then coming out in the finance sector, doing pretty well. And I ended up just with the freedom to do something that I've always wanted to do. Sunglasses specifically, dude, when I went to Iraq, so before I deployed to Iraq, I bought these $200 pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses, right? Because my daughter's mother was like, oh, these look great on you. Make sure you get these. So I got these $200 pair of sunglasses. They broke the first fucking week in country, and I've been mad about it since. So that's why we made bomb-ass sunglasses.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird how that happens? I never owned a pair of Oakleys, ever. And then I bought a pair 2 years ago. We go to the beach. The first week, I'm like, oh, these are my new sunglasses. And boom, wave takes them right off my head. I can have a shit pair of $5 sunglasses last me for 10 years. Oakley's gone.
Dude, that's why like our skates, our Devil Dogs, our Dress Blues, they're all $17.75. Shout out to the Marines. But I all charge $17.75 because I don't want enlisted guys to be paying $200 fucking lose their sunglasses and be like, oh my God, there goes my whole paycheck. Dude, I was making like $700 a month back then. That's insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
I gotta say, I still have a pair of Oakleys that I've had since my first tour de Fallujah.
Oh, really?
They're at my house. The problem is you can no longer find replacement lenses or the rubber pieces anymore. So I can't wear them anymore.
Still cool to have.
I still have
stuff like that.
But you can't unless you can magically get some random third party. Some dude's like, I'm gonna etch these on my little home maker.
You can find some dude in I'm sure.
My neighbor does
probably
that.
some dude in a back alley going, you want some replacement sunglasses parts?
My neighbor, the guy who is here sitting, he does all that 3D. That's neither here nor there. You just said something that reminded me. Not long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I found an old pair of Chuck Taylors that I deployed with from 2004, and they're still. I'm going to start wearing them. They're from my deployment. It's great. I love finding old stuff that just hasn't seen light in 10 years or 15 years, and then you're like, oh, you're back. I don't know. I think it's good.
Yeah, like Marine Corps issued like goggles that you get. I'm sure
the Wiley X's and goggles and stuff.
Yeah, I wear them as like safety goggles when I'm running the miter saw and everything. They're terrific.
Yeah. Were those the ones that like you could pop out the lens and put different colors in? Yeah, the Air
sure
Force had those too. And they kind of had like a foamy
foam around the eyes. Yeah.
Gosh,
you don't want that sandstorm coming in, man.
That's right.
Yeah, it prevented the fogging up and everything.
That's so funny. So you started Semper Fly, and I assume it's taken off because
they're going really well.
I see you everywhere. I go on a Reddit. I'm a Reddit guy, and it's like everyone always posts their pictures of their sunglasses. That's how I found you, because you draw sometimes little pictures.
I got lucky I had like a bunch of really cool community support where like one guy posted his picture early, and then like a couple other people were like, hey, that sounds like a cool thing to do. So then they did it. And then it kind of became a thing for a while. And then like people started to get angry because they were like, this is, taking over the Marines Reddit. So it's cooled off for a little bit, but we're still doing great in other areas. Facebook's really like our big outlet because, everybody's on Facebook.
I know you're a businessman, so maybe you want to keep things, on the down low. But I also noticed that sometimes you include artwork in the
absolutely. If you have a special request for penis art, I will take care of it.
I see that a lot on Reddit.
Peanut.
Let me show everyone.
I've only seen like one or two of those on Reddit. There's only been a couple, thankfully, because it really is time consuming. But if somebody really wants it and they throw a tip in, I'll draw some dicks.
Throw a tip in. So
just the tip.
I want to show everyone too, right? This beautiful box. But watch what comes in the box if you buy yourself a pair of Semper Flies.
What's in the box?
Do you know I use that joke all the time with my wife, and she's like, what does that mean? I'm like, never mind.
I'm gonna leave
you
that
and Jeff.
See that? Comes with a couple pair.
I cannot leave my guys hungry. There's a crayon snack pack in every box. Well, only in the Marine pairs. So we have themes for other branches as well. Those don't come with crayons. Like if you get the Rough Riders for the Army, or like the Docs for the Navy, or something like that.
Air Force comes with like silver spoons and knives.
Yeah. So I'm still working on that Air Force pair. I've had some hang-ups with the different manufacturers on the things that I'm trying to get, but I'm really excited to whip out a pair of Thunderbirds one of these days.
Oh, that'd be great. Did you ever see the ones that they actually they issue to flyers? See if you can pull that up, Jimmy. Look up like Air Force issued sunglasses. They're not bad. I'm not gonna lie. They're actually pretty cool. If I can remember. Anyways, while you bring that up,
we'll do it better for cheaper. We'll get them even cooler. But yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, absolutely. You take something cool and you make it even cooler.
Exactly.
So folks can find you over at semperflyco, right? .com.
No. Semperfly.us.
Okay, semperfly.us.
Contact me at semperflycode@gmail.com, or all our socials are at semperflyco. So awesome. At Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
See, everything I see for sunglasses
up,
or
let's
anything
see.
like that is either aviators or the birth control glasses because nobody in the Air Force gets laid. So
There's no unless we wear flight suits and
Wait,
leather jackets.
by the way, I'm dying to get my hands on some cheap BCs to throw up on the website.
Yo.
That would be cool. Actually, if you could make a pair of shades like that, I bet you people would buy them.
Yeah, if
the
I
only
can
thing-
get them really cheap, like $5, everybody's gonna get them as a joke with their order.
Only thing I actually see are just like these special like flight Oakleys, things like that.
Let me
But
see. Pull it up. I got to see this. It's probably boring.
They're-
Sorry, not pulling it up.
They're kind of cool, to be honest.
These ones were kind of like.
That's what came up when I looked it up.
Yeah, no, that's not what we had. They were like kind of like a bluish lens with. So God, this is riveting radio. Anyway, so folks can head over to Semper Fly.
I can picture it.
Yeah, there you go. I'll just. This is called Theater of the Mind. Imagine, if you will, a pair of silver. So folks can reach you over at semperfly.us. Get yourself a pair of glasses. We're gonna be giving away a pair. And I always forget to bring this up too. When have you ever been to a Silkies hike? And when can we get you on one if you haven't?
I am dying to. I'm actually most recently one of the Philly Silkies hikes featured us, and then I'm actually just sent. I just packed them, so I'm sending them tomorrow to the Austin Silkies hike, and I love everything about the Silkies hike, Irreverent Warriors, everything that all you guys are doing. I think like one of the most important parts of combating veteran suicide, which I think we can all agree is the worst plague that's addressing the military, no matter if they pretend that it's COVID or white rage or whatever the fuck. Like veteran suicide is the problem that's out of control. And I think like efforts like that are really focused on community building and community relationships and getting people in touch with other veterans. It might not be your own boys, but it's somebody else's boys, and they'll understand you better than a civilian ever will. And they're far more likely to have your back when you need it. And I think that's important. So I love what all of you guys are doing. So I got a newborn right now, but the first fucking one that's in the area, I will be there.
Awesome. Yeah. Where are you based out of?
I'm in Southern Maryland right now. So if you get anything in Maryland, DC,
I just drove through Maryland.
I'll make the trip.
I just came back from Gettysburg today.
Did you?
So yeah, I was at the Gettysburg hike.
Yeah, they had a good hike.
So
up there.
you're talking about support and being there for each other. Just because I had to block out the rest of my personal information.
Yeah.
Boom.
You are kind, good sir. I'll make
now,
sure.
Now it's got to go through. We got to wait for it a second to go all the way to the end.
Look at this suffering. Jesus.
Your card was rejected.
All right, let's take that down so you don't see my information.
I just got an alert that I got a fraudulent order.
That's funny.
What is
A
this?
stolen credit
Hold
card
on,
is trying to...
Marines don't lie, cheat, or steal. Hold on a second.
Honor, courage, and commitment, devil.
You damn right.
Awesome. Well, Patrick, again, thank you for coming on.
No,
good
thank
luck.
you guys so much. I appreciate everything that all you guys do, for real. Like,
hey, when we make the order for the person that wins, can you do like some art in the package for them? We'll make sure that they're cool with it.
It depends if they want a giant wiener or if they just want a nice note. Because 99% of the time, I just write like a nice.
If you find Jeremy Walton on this order right now, I'm telling you, man, so you better send me the biggest wiener you got.
It's going to be the veiniest thing you've seen, son.
Nice,
bro.
We'll show it. We'll show it in the next episode.
I finally have something bigger to worry about.
Oh, the innuendos. We're a children's show. I mean, a family show.
Fuck or not. This is my third F-bomb in the last
I'm showing my newborn this as soon as I go upstairs.
There you go.
You're so welcome.
Awesome, man. Though, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk with us, and all
of
the
course.
best. All the best.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Take care. God, he looks so much better than you, Kevin. We need to get him down.
He is a very good talker. Very
what a dick. I'm just kidding.
Lovely man. Lovely. That's what I use.
Hold on.
Right? Sorry,
wait for it. Do it, Kevin.
Let's do what?
Do it.
Do what? Oh,
Do it.
I'm wondering if we should close out with that, or no? I've got a better video. The only reason why I'm going to close out with this video is because I saw it and I laughed so hard. And sometimes you got to laugh. Don't you feel so good after a good laugh? So we'll close out with that. But before that, everyone, call, text, write, get in touch with someone that you served with, because that's the whole point of this thing. You might not make it to a Silkies hike. You might not make it to a whatever else other people do. Bebop dance. But you can call someone on your cell phone right now, or you can text them, or you can do whatever. But make sure you're reaching out to someone. They might be annoyed, like I say, but you always run into that one chance where you're gonna reach somebody that was hurting at the time, and that's kind of what this is all about. So let me see if I can pull this up here.
Matthew, not Matt James Reeve. Hopefully you called him today on your normal.
He did not. And in fact, my phone isn't on airplane mode, which I do, by the way, for not Matt. What?
Matthew, not Matt James Reeves.
Yeah, thank you.
I got that like down to the pad.
Okay, here we go. Here's the video. Let's see. I'll do a little of this.
And a little bit of that. Sorry.
What really happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
The fuck is that? Shit! I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck? I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out this country, motherfucker. I can't even see me.
Okay. He's gonna go back to the. That's it. Oh man. Perfect. That was perfect, because we've all been in that situation where you're trying to keep your wits and
a bug to the mouth.
And you could tell the way he snapped. It's just one thing after another has been hitting him, and then it's just at the very. And that's old too. I mean, obviously that was like from looked like the 80s, maybe the mid 90s. But awesome, guys! Thanks for checking us out. We'll be on again next week. Let me tell you who we're gonna have on. I don't know where my phone is. Quick, Matt, call me so I can find my phone. We'll do it. We'll do it. I know this is okay. Next week we have Semper Tunes. Gunny, I can't think of his name because all I know him is Semper Tunes. But if you guys are a Semper Tunes fan, this guy apparently is like really well known among the retired community of Marines. But yeah, he's gonna be on. Should be fun. And that's it. That's all I got. Jeremy, you got anything?
No, other than, well, as usual, is your Reverend Warrior Sherpa. Go to reverendwarriors.com. Make sure you look for your hike. Go to the event page. Click on the hike you want. Sign up. You volunteer if you are a civilian or family member. And don't forget, go to the merch shop. Get yourself some a visor with the sunglasses. Get yourself some new silkies. Get yourself some new shirts. I'm telling you, them Heather silkies are super soft and super. I go to bed with them every night. I sleep comfortably knowing that I'm wearing comfortable clothes.
That's great. I sleep in the nude. So